So when I made the first PvZ Iceberg, I thought I talked about everything, and there was no way I could make a sequel. But I got bored one day, and there is so much more. With the first Iceberg, I mostly tried to cover the first game. With this Iceberg, it's going to go over all the other games in the franchise. I strongly suggest you watch the first Iceberg before you watch this one. And before we hop into it, join my Discord server. If you join it, yes, you can be in one of my videos. For more info, join my Discord and go to the event channel to find out how you can be in a Malvin's video. Alright, let's dive straight into it. Also, I tease future videos there. Go and join. Go now, do it! EA bad, PopCap good. This is a mentality that some people in the PvZ community have, that the first PvZ game is flawless, and after that, it's all garbage, awful, you can't play it. I don't agree with this whatsoever, and I think that was pretty obvious. Original PvZ 3. Before the PvZ 3 that we know and tolerate came out, there was a disliked beta that looked like a Roblox game, if we're gonna be honest here. The engineer had a drone. In Garden Warfare 1, the engineer had its own drone. It didn't return in Garden Warfare 2 because obviously it doesn't really fit the engineer's playstyle. Although I still think it would be pretty cool to see in Garden Warfare 2. Zombie trash can. In the console versions of PvZ 1, there's a trash can that fills up with dead zombies. This trash can returned in Garden Warfare 1's Team Vanquish mode. PvZ and Apex Legends crossover. When BFN launched, Apex Legends players could get a pea shooter charm. It's pretty cute. Zombie overshoot animations. In PvZ Heroes, some zombies have unique special overshoot animation. Some of the most prominent ones being the Trickster, all of the Gargantuar, and the Neuron Imp. Crazy Dave rap on the official PvZ YouTube channel. There exists a Crazy Dave rap. Just why? Also, fun fact, in the PvZ demo, Crazy Dave actually teases this rap. Why, PopCap? Why? Iceberg lettuce and BFN. When BFN was first released, it was found in the game files that there was a fully playable Iceberg lettuce character. It's unknown why it was never released and was cut pretty late into development considering it has full abilities. Not to mention it has a complete model and complete animations as well, so it makes zero sense why this one was cut. Plant overshoot animations. There exists in the files of PvZ Heroes animations for the plant spell overshooting. This is extremely strange because only the zombies have access to the overshoot ability. Maybe overshoot was planned for the plants as well? However, some of these look like cut attack animations. Who knows, man. These next two were suggested by someone in my Discord server, so full credit to Scrublord27 for these entries. In PvZ2, if you go to the almanac and spam between All-Star and Balloon Zombie, sometimes he just doesn't have a balloon. This is odd because then he reverts to the model of just the basic zombie. But he still has the textures of a balloon zombie, so I'm wondering if this is a glitch, Easter egg? The second entry is that you can't place a banana launcher in a minecart because bananas are too slippery for minecarts? Which I understand why it's here because you can't control the banana launcher and the minecart at the same time, but it's just weird phrasing. This is another reason why cob cannons are better than banana launchers. You heard it from me, Malovins. Dodo Rider is one being. If you kill the Dodo Rider with a lightning raid, you can see that the imp and the dodo share a body, making them a single entity. Solar Flare R34. Yeah, so if you don't know what R34 is, it's basically adult artwork of any media. This applies to PvZ too, where Solar Flare is usually the main target. No, I can't do this anymore. I'm quitting YouTube. Fuck this. Unused Garden Warfare bosses. There is a truckload of cut Garden Warfare bosses, and I can't go through all of them here. If you're curious, I recommend checking out the cutting room floor or the Wikipedia page on it. Both of these are extremely detailed, and the cutting room floor has helped me with so many videos, so I highly recommend it. Game of Plants. In the PvZ Heroes code, there's one phrase that's repeated many times. Game of Plants, which is a clear reference to the Game of Thrones. It's theorized it would have been an event, but we still don't know. Unused PvZ Heroes animations. There is a shit ton of PvZ Heroes animations that were left unused. Once again, cannot recommend the cutting room floor enough. There is so much scrap stuff that it's honestly impossible to go all over it in this one video, so hey, maybe in the future, wink wink? Also, I meant to put a cut card entries on this list, but I didn't, so let's go over some of them. There's this zombie nurse that would behave exactly like the sneezing zombie, but I guess they cut it for some reason, even though it looks pretty cool. It's also important to mention that this is the only unused card that had some type of artwork. The next cards that I'll be mentioning have no artwork. And these are the only interesting cards, so once again, cutting room floor, go check them out. Walnut Super used to heal a plant all the way back to full health and give them plus 5 HP. It was removed for being unreliable and kind of bad if we're being honest here. Peapod Planet was an environment that gave all plants in its lane 1+1 at the beginning of every turn. Bouncy Toy. It bounces all plants and zombies in the lane that it's played. Most likely cut just because there's a 3-cost trick that just bounces as a plant. But I can also see bouncing being pretty helpful, so if they ever update this game, I wouldn't mind seeing it. The original imitator was going to be a 2-cost 0-2 that when played would give you 2 random plants. Most likely cut just for being unreliable. Alright, let's finally move on. Original Pirate Seas theme. Originally, there was going to be a much different Pirate Seas theme that was composed by Laura Shigihara, the composer for PvZ1. What's interesting about that is that she left EA/PopCap shortly after composing this. Why don't you take a listen? BFN Loyalty Rewards. Loyalty rewards are when you get max rank in a game, and in the sequel, they give you rewards for getting that rank. Garden Warfare 2 gave you loyalty rewards for getting max rank in Garden Warfare 1, but BFN didn't give you anything. Some people theorize that they're saving these loyalty rewards for Garden Warfare 3, but I don't think I'll bet on it. I think it's PopCap being lazy, or just forgetting that, hey, loyalty rewards exist, go reward your players' hard work. Unused Garden Warfare abilities. Oh boy, there's a lot of these, and we got time, so let's go through every single one of them. So first, there's the Spike ability. It's unknown what it would do. All we know is that it had an icon, and it was for the cactus. Sprint Smash. A Torchwood ability similar to the All-Star, where he rushes towards and slams his hand on the ground. It was most likely cut for being too OP and hard to balance. Not like the Torchwood is already overpowered and not balanced. Bling Potato Nugget Mines. A bling version of the Nugget Mines. It has a model, but no icon. Armor Piercing Peach. An EM Peach that doesn't stun but does 50 damage instead, and also ignores armor. Bling Heal Station. A bling version of the Heal Station. It has a model, but it just kinda looks like the regular one to me. Whew, here's a juicy one. The Amplifier Drone. A cut alternative mech for the regular Imp. It has a model and it was in the Garden Warfare 2 trailer. You would have been able to fly around in it and send strikes, but it was most likely cut for being too broken, and I think they kinda settled that every Imp gets one mech. And if you don't like that mech, switch to a different Imp. Future Nut. A tall nut battlement that would allow plants behind it to do more damage. It was cut pretty late into development considering it has a model and an icon. It was cut for a really weird reason. Apparently the developers couldn't settle on its range? But this was a really cool ability, and it would have made the Tall Knight Battlement actually useful. PopCap, if there's a Garden Warfare 3, please add this ability into the game. I will make out with every single PopCap employee. Buff Bubble, a hover goat ability that would shoot a bubble, causing zombies to do more damage and plants to do less damage while inside of the bubble. This was scrapped in order just to make the hover goat beam. Techno Shield, pretty much a Citron shield for the hover goat. Auto Turret, a big bolt blaster that shoots all by itself. Probably cut because, let's be real, this would be really broken, and it would eliminate all of the downsides of the big bolt blaster. Cannon Rodeo Exit, similar to the Imp Escape, except the Cannon Rodeo doesn't explode. And that's all of the known cut Garden Warfare abilities. Bullshit! My tongue touched the line first! In the PvZ manga, the Red Stinger makes this amazing quip. Just a reminder, this is an official Plants vs. Zombies product. Oh, PopCap. Garden Warfare 3 leaked by Twitch. In October of 2020, in the Twitch category section, a game called Garden Warfare 3 randomly appeared. This was just when PopCap announced that they were gonna pull the plug on BFN. And you know how Garden Warfare 1 was released shortly after PvZ 2 was launched? Maybe, just maybe, Garden Warfare 3 is going to launch right after PvZ 3, but who knows? If so, please add the bamboo shoot as a character. It would be kinda cool. Hey, Editing Malevance here. Gonna go on a little spiel, because I thought I wrote it into the script. I did not. But, my theory is that BFN was just kind of a testing grounds for Garden Warfare 3, if that makes sense. Like, they were testing some elements that they knew were gonna be controversial, but they didn't, know how it would be received. So they released this game, and then players could give their feedback on these. That's probably also why they pulled the plug on BFN so early as well. But I don't know, it's just some random theory from me. Go please and subscribe if you're enjoying this video. And yeah, this is the only time I'm appearing in this video. Can we get a clap for me? Zombie kids. Oh lordy. During the concept stages of PvZ 1, the imps were originally gonna be children. This was changed for pretty obvious reasons. Although, when I was a child, I always thought the imps were children, so clearly this change didn't really work. To add on to this, in the game files, there's this mother zombie that was found. It's theorized this mother zombie were originally gonna go with the children imps in some kind of way, but this mother zombie obviously went farther into the development stages considering it has a model. PvZ Social Edition. This was a Chinese exclusive multiplayer version of PvZ 1. Not much is known about it except the new plants, the new zombies, and Crazy Dave's younger brother, Brave Dave. People could play it at renren.com, and the game was shut down September 20th, 2014 due to copyright expiration. 6-1. In the Game of the Year version of PvZ, you can glitch the game out and go to level 6-1. This level is an endless version of a day level, with some notable zombies being the Gargantuar, Catapult Zombie, and Bungee Zombie. However, on the leaked beta build, you can find a different 6-1 with what appears to be a placeholder version of the house and lawn. There's some kind of, what I'm assuming to be a fence, blocking straight shooters, so you'll have to use catapult plants, kinda like the roof. Pretty interesting stuff. And I should probably mention that there's an entire 6th world in the demo version of PvZ, though it was cut from the mainline release. The Pumpkin and Renfield are cousins. If you don't know who Renfield is, in the game Peggle, he is a pumpkin character that is carried around by a Frankenstein-style monster. In the Pumpkin's Almanac entry, it states that the Pumpkin and Renfield are actually cousins. Pedocitron. So, In old versions of Battle for Neighborville, if you went as Sergeant Peel, he would occasionally say the line, "Age is just a number, Sprout." Yeah, this was removed for pretty obvious reasons. Wishing well. So you know the decorations that you sometimes get in Garden Warfare 2 that don't really do anything other than look cool? This was their original purpose. You could go into other people's backyard battlegrounds, and if they had good decoration, you could give them stars. This was removed because of exploits. Finally, we're done with the iceberg. I don't think there's enough interesting entries to make a third iceberg, so I'm sorry to disappoint anyone who was hoping for one. Though I do have an upcoming iceberg on another game that I have not talked about on this channel, and I'm really looking forward to it. If you enjoyed, please like and maybe subscribe. It really helps small creators like me out. And if you really want to support me, join my Discord server. Also, I'm streaming on Twitch now, and I'm currently in the process of trying to beat the Survival Endless World record. All links will be in the description. We have the Giga Nut. I'm gonna nut all over the zombies. Oh Lord. I'm about to explode a nut all over the zombies. Oh, I hit 3 zombies with my nut. Alright, Malevins out.